share this content. Let a friend, a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. The name is Law Nation. Come on with it. Mama said that there'll be days literally just like this. Comeback player of the year, we're going to talk about that, the odds of it, you know, and then on top of that, we're going to talk more and more about this coaching search as it relates to the defensive side of the coin. 5.
Running from it, destiny arrives all the same.
4.
What should I say?
3. 2. Come on, baby. Sharing is caring. Put a HBO in the chat, baby. Come on with it. Stand tall or not at all. Four.
My turn. Told me it was my turn.
3. 2. And 1. Morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. I know it's the off season. I know you guys got thousands and thousands upon things to do, but I'm glad to see you all in here. Put a 1 in the chat if the audio is straight. Appreciate each and every last one of you all. Cowboy still is on the coaching search as it relates to the quote-unquote defensive coordinator. Of course, we do have the Shriner Bowl that's going to be here in Dallas, but there's crazy weather around the world in Dallas area now, and it could be something that we have to overlook and underlook, and also look to see whether or not they're going to have anything is predicated upon the weatherings this particular weekend, and it's supposed to be everything shutting down, and we're going to get things going from there. But I really appreciate you guys. Let me let me figure out ways what's going on with my chat log here and see if I can build the plane as we fly again. Cowboys, while I'm doing that, I'm working behind the scenes over here trying to get this thing going. While I'm doing that, how are you guys? How are you guys feeling? Shout out to you, Hood. Appreciate you. Ace, appreciate you. How you guys feeling overall? I get the notion, the connotation that the Cowboys going into this particular season, the off season, been that team that's really slow on moving and making things moving, right? If I can say it that way. And normally we should have a mindset that we're going to go into this draft and draft a defensive guy. I've seen charts and stuff like that far as the tankathon. Put it like this. Let me go ahead and talk about the lead topic first, and then we'll go into the other small details of everything. Comeback player, Dak Prescott. Should he get the comeback player of the year? Should it be someone else? Let me pull up the chart so that you guys can see what I'm talking about and get things going from there. Appreciate y'all, man. Hold tight. Boy, I'm telling you, this offseason, man. Come on, Restream. Fix it because I can't see the comments. Although I can't see the comments, I'm just going to go ahead and roll with the flow of the show. It states this right here. NFL Comeback Player of the Year finalist, Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott, Patriots wide receiver Stephon Diggs, Lions defensive edge rusher Aiden Hutchinson, Jaguars quarterback Trayvon Diggs, and as well as last but not least, the 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey. The odds of it, I'm reading some of the comments. A lot of people said that Dak Prescott shouldn't make it or he shouldn't win it because of the team success, and I get that. I understand the frustrations and the furious thoughts of this team being the issue and as far as the problem. I get that. I get what people are saying. But, man, the meat was falling off the bone as it relates to the man hamstring, right? And you talking about tenderism, that ham was tender, right? Falling off the bone. And if you look at Stephon Diggs, I love his story, man, being able to do just the opposite of what his brother was doing, right? He catching footballs and everything and scoring touchdowns in between traffic and even in cold weather. And he's been one of the staple pieces for the New England Patriots, which he's been in the league for 11 seasons himself. And he's showing that Father Time, hey, sit back just a little bit. So shout out to Stephon Diggs. Now, Aiden Hutchinson, I always come with the mindset saying that, hey, it takes a year or such to be able to do the things that you need to do as an edge rusher. It didn't take him that long. But then again, it wasn't an ACL. It was more of a broken bone. Bones come back, and you come back when you break them things, it come back stronger, right? So shout out to Aiden Hutchinson, though. Trevor Lawrence, I think the world of him. Y'all all know that's my guy. That's my quarterback, man, Trevor Lawrence. But, he had a remarkable year. What a difference the coaching staff makes for him. I think Liam Cohen did a great job of putting him in right positionings, and they are loaded on offense and defense. Shout out to Jordan Lewis being over there on that side of the coin. And you can say to yourself, man, he got strong favors of being something if you can continue to surround him. Now, Christian McCaffrey, I think that, overall, good storyline, good things that you can talk about. But now I'm kind of like side-eye and everything because I think that that's more so of a product of a system, right? I'm quite sure if you pick up Javonte Williams and put him over there, or to a point Rico Dido over there, any of all former or current running backs, and insert them into the 49ers, they would have been able to get busy with it. That's just my thoughts. But neither here nor there. Could be slightly biased. I think that Dak Prescott should win Comeback Player of the Year. But when we open up the phone lines, you guys can tell me who should be the comeback player of this particular season. As we talk, and I'm going to try to move a little bit faster, I do love mock drafts. I do love the possibility of getting the unknown here, and I know
it's an evil world we live in.
Yeah, I know it's an evil world we live in, but moving along very swiftly, not Taylor, but swiftly, I can tell you that I like this particular Tankathon mock draft. They got us going with the 12th pick with one of my favorite guys to watch. Good thing to see on tape, and I get it. Some people will still have their reservation. Mansour Delane. I would like to see that. Now, they got him listed as 6'1". We'll know more of the numbers and everything because when you look at tape, he looks a little smaller than 6'1", but they got him listed as 6'1", 187. And I like Mansour. If you ever have a time of day, just click on some of my Instagram and Facebook posts, and you can see that Mansour Delane, he's one of those guys that can really play this game called football, especially at DBs. Defensive backs is sometimes can be hit or missed, but defensive backs are very important as relates to like your defense. And for the Cowboys in this particular draft, when I click on this right here and they give me the full array of things that they did far as their mock draft, I like everything. I just don't want us drafting and tackle in the second round. But it goes to show, hey, if we can find a way to improve that front five, and it could be a situation and scenario that Terrence Steele, not reserve, but Terrence Steele is gone because they can save about anywhere of north of $8 million to $9 million by cutting him. So if you already in that mindset of moving on from Terrence Steele, then I can see Austin Barber being here, or to a point if you want a moving of the chairs or these type of cyclings of pushing Tyler Guyton to the right side, and then you're saying with Austin Barber, I'm going to move him to the left tackle as a rookie. That's a whole nother conversation too. But I'm quite sure that the Cowboys are looking to replace Terrence Steele at this point if they decide to go down that road of drafting an offensive tackle in the earlier of the earliest rounds. Now, in the middle, wedge in between Mansour Delane and Barber, you have Cassius Howell. 6'2", plays a little bit faster and longer within that frame because he got long arms. Just a shorter frame as it relates to his height, but he can bend and get around to the edge. Now, there's been conversations that if you really think that Cassius Howell is pretty good and you like what he's able to do from a collegiate aspect, and he was a transfer student over there to the Texas A&M, if you like what he can do, then let me give you guys my at least top 5 edge rushers in this particular draft. And Cassius, he's up there, right? But you got to look at T.J. Parker, and then you got to look at Hakeem Mesidor. You know how you say that man's name. To play for the U. And my top 5, or let me just give y'all my top 7 at least edge rushers coming out of this draft. You got Ruben Bain. You got David Bailey. Check out my tape on IG. David Bailey, who reminds me to a point, and just to a small point of this, of Donovan Ezaraku. Reminds me. I'm not saying that they are the same, but similar. I think that David Bailey, the bendability and the shoulder dips and the flexibility, the dexterity that he exhibits, I think that he is in the wheelhouse of the same type of conversations, right? And then you have Keldrick Falk. Of course, he's on the top 10 list, but he's more on the bottom end because of the framework. Being 6'6", right at 275 pounds, you talking about a bigger body edge rusher guy who reminds me of a guy that was formerly or currently, well, I ain't gonna mention it. He could, and I'm not saying that he will, but he could give you some, hey, David Irving type of body frame mechanics or what have you. But I'm not saying that he will be that type of guy here. But it is a situation and scenario that Keldrick Falk could turn into something down the stretch. And then you have Romelio Heights. I think that he's really good. Another edge rusher from Texas Tech, though. And him and David Bailey, sometimes when you're looking at the tape or what have you, saying, hey, who's that other guy? It's him being able to do some things out there on the field. What's up with all of y'all, man? Give me Mesidor. This is from One Magic Fan. Appreciate you, man. Yeah, I think that he's pretty dope, man. And that game, you can see that the man got some skill sets and some burst and get off capabilities. He himself don't have the longest of the arms there too, but there is a guy that you can really take a look at and say, yeah, it's possible. Yeah, he's one of those guys. I'm not going to yell out, hey, he's one of them ones, though. You get what I'm saying? Appreciate everybody, man, for tuning in. So that's my thoughts on the drafting report as it relates to, like, mock drafts, edge rushers, them sorts of guys. Of course, Avion Terrell, he on the DB side. I like what he does. If we want to go into the mindset of, hey, Cowboys, we definitely need a linebacker. Well, C.J. Allen is up there. I got some other guys that I've been looking at. Sonny Styles, of course. Style makes fights. I could think of 1,000 things that I can say with his name. But hold tight. Let me see if I can just rig it a little bit, because I can't see y'all comments at all. And I don't even know how many people in the building right now, unless I just look at my phone-wise. But neither here nor there. Just bear with me, y'all. Bear with me, man. Yes, I'm trying to work this out. It's Riggs! Getting too old for this, Riggs. Restream, y'all gotta fix this. I don't. All right, let's see what I can do here, man. Riggs is riggeries, man. All right, boom. I'm going to go here. Boom, bap, boom. Did I F them up? Let's F myself up. Hold on. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Hail Mary. Boom. At least I rigged it that way and get it up there. All right, boom. We're going to do it like this because this is all I see here. Maybe it's a snap on their end. You know, a lot of times during the off season, you know, some of these companies try to do some things themselves to get going. All right, boom. Bear with me, Cowboys Nation. As we boom. Nothing there, but bam, there we go. All right, so at least I can see some of y'all comments there. All right, so yeah, everybody, JV Boy said, everybody smash that like button. Come on with it. All right, so now that we got at least this screen up, now on the Facebook side, I don't know how to get your comments up, man. But we working, though. We working. All right, so put a 1 in the chat if y'all okay for us to move on a little bit further into this dialogue of conversation here. Put a 1 in the chat so I can at least know where if you guys are enjoying and all of that stuff. I value feedback a lot, you know, on these type of topics and conversations. I do a lot. So appreciate y'all. All right. With that being said, let's move on and talk about some of the things that we need to work on as it relates to this coaching search, what we need to do. The Cowboys, shout out to my guy Cowboy Fan Talk. He says, yeah, the reason the Cowboys haven't reached out to Raheem Morris, here's what they have right here. Let's see what they said as far as the reason.
The offense.
By the way, I don't think I read Raheem Morris's name on any of those Vegas odds lists.
I did not see it either.
I think the Cowboys did not get good feedback about him when they asked around. I don't think that they got encouraging.
Why don't you do your own feedback?
That's how you determine who you want to talk to, I think. You've got to winnow down the list based on what do other people around the league say about him.
You know what? This
Now, I know this 105. I've been watching y'all talk about, hey, man, why do we listen to them? Because they get the first feed of information. They are the flagship station for the Cowboys, right? So they get the first drop on anything, right? Jerry will drop coins over there for them, right? So I just wanted to add that in for context. Now, I haven't heard this particular excerpt, right? I haven't heard this at all. But one thing that I can say is do your own homework. Never allow someone else to say, hey, this is the final reasons why. And then you never, and I'm talking about ever, just naturally do your own research. I think that the Cowboys, if they are asking for feedback from players or feedback from coaches and stuff like that, do your own work. Bring them in. You know, not everybody, if you ask around, not everybody is in favor of you winning, Cowboys, especially front office Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. So do your own work. You know, come on, man.
This is why my dad, and he took this, I don't remember who he took this from, he would never buy me used books at college.
Why?
He said, what if the other person was a complete moron that underlined all the books?
That is a fantastic point, and I love your dad for that.
What do you mean? Like that they crossed out what you should be reading?
You know how like people will highlight,
they're
underline
stressing
stuff?
what they think is important?
Yeah, he goes, what if that person's a complete idiot?
You naturally end up reading the stress and emphasis of somebody who's dumb. I love that thought process, actually. Where did he either got that from somewhere or he's
I don't know
a
where
genius.
he got it from. But it's like,
He wasn't a genius.
You take
I love you, Ralph.
You take the information somebody gives you, but you still talk to them. You still interview them.
Yeah.
Even if they say, nah, this guy's tough to work with.
Right.
Well, maybe that person that told you that.
How do you start? Where do you start? That's any job, though, right? Like,
Yeah, that's any job, man. I get the context of that. So Raheem Morris should have been one of the top tier people that you bring in. Right? It goes, whoo-wee, baby. I know that we like what Javonte Williams was able to do, but that's historical references on the things that we were able to see all together on this chat, all together on this is historical references that we can bring up all together. And that is this right here. Who's old enough to remember that the Cowboys didn't even reach out to the Honey Badger when he was available, right? Who's old enough to remember? And the Honey Badger, there was a guy that we needed to have on this particular back end, right? Especially to help out the defense. I'm talking about many a moons ago, right? Or let me just give y'all more of a current event since I mentioned Javonte Williams. We all like what Javonte Williams was able to do this particular season. And a third of you guys wasn't really like that about Javonte Williams, right? And I don't want to pull up receipts. That's why I had to make sure I have this beautiful chat log right here. But who's old enough to remember Derrick Henry, right? Sometimes when you ask around and you feel as if though, hey, this may be too high of a price, or B, you know what I'm saying? Maybe he's not a good person. Maybe he's not good to deal with. All of these things. If you never do your due diligence, and if you never bring the person in for yourself to see and to absolutely have that conversation, people will lead you astray. Derrick Henry never got the phone call because you felt as if though he might have cost too much, or the fear of rejection of him telling you no. This falls into the same realms of, hey, just bring in Raheem Morris so that you can at least cross-verify or cross-check or what he can and can't do as it relates to this defense. He may have some solutions, and you never brought him in, and now he's going to another team, and you're sitting there like, damn, I should have brought him in. Well, it's too late now. I think that's one of the impediments of Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, are that they listen to the crowd. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't, but they value those things too much. I would rather for someone to say, hey, this is where we going final, and I'm not going to budge off of it, or I'm not going to move off of it, right? Fellas, I know y'all got y'all sweeties, your loved ones, your ladies, your wife with y'all, or what have you. But if it's a situation, if she's saying what you want to eat, and you putting it on her, and she saying, no, what you want to eat, just pick the doggone restaurant. If we all gonna go to Razzo's, we going to Razzo's. If we gonna do Papa Do's, we doing Papa Do's, right? Just make it final. Don't put it out there for a group theory or a group conversation. And now you in between Papa Do's, Razzo's. Now you talking about Red Lobsters. Now you talking about Chick-fil-A. And then you end up going to Popeyes or something, right? Because you just make a final decision. Be man enough and bold enough to say, hey, we all on 3. We going to Papa Do's, right? Or we all on 3. Man, I got some bologna in the refrigerator, man. I'm gonna slice some edges on the bologna and put it on the skillet, man. Just make your decision. And that is what the Cowboys front office been having issues with. Do you want Taco Charlton or do you want TJ? Well, TJ got short arms. But Taco long, you know. Oh, yeah, he got long arms. Yeah, he played for Michigan. But, yeah, TJ played for Wisconsin. Well, TJ got a brother named JJ, man, is kicking ass. You know, hey, at least we know he come from a good stock of pedigree. We don't know who this Tacos come from. Let's just all go with the TJs in them, you know. You know, but there's somebody who's just in the middle talking, over analyzing. What the tape say? Well, the tape say that even with them short Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, he get home. He's making good movements up there. Look at his body dexterity, man. The tape shows that he's everywhere on the field. What about Tacos? Well, the tape shows he got long arms. You know, you can out-analyze yourself or over-analyze yourself. Just go, man. Yes, indeed. Ice Cold said, just no BJs. Hey, man, come on, man. Yes, indeed. With all of that. But, you know, neither here nor there. Red Lobster, the seafood lovers in you. You know, I remember. Yeah. Well, Red Lobster got them damn cheddar biscuits. Red Lobster, if you like them biscuits, and I heard they kind of revamped their whole deal now, and they're giving you more and more food, seafood broils and all of this stuff, boils and all this stuff. So I don't know, man. But neither here nor there. I feel you, man. He says Law Nation always speak in the common sense languages. Man, I'm trying, man. I'm trying my best, man, to make it plain for folks, man, to understand. Yeah. All right. So, with that being said, let's listen to. I think that this is the top 4 candidates that the coaching staff may go with, or the front office may go with. Shout out to Bobby Belt, my dog, man. Let me see what he had to say about this.
Out of those 4, I think they're stacked. And nobody clip me out of context here and say I'm saying this is what it is. I'm saying this is what I'm inferring from. Stop that, Peyton. This is what I'm inferring from.
Put on the wall.
I think it's Leonard 1.
All right, so Leonard is still 1, according, allegedly. You know, like I said, we can't say that this is what's going to happen, right? Leonard is 1. I know that there could be some growing pains with Leonard, but after listening to a few of his tapes and just watching some of the formations and stuff that he do, I like that. I get the whole passing up on Durante Jones situation. I get a piece of that. You know, I get a piece of that. But let's listen to more what they had to say.
Gannon, Parker, Jones is the order.
So it's Leonard, Gannon, Parker, Jones, and that's for Durante. Now, if it's me, if it's LAW, I know for sure Gannon will be out of the list, right? I know for sure Gannon will be out of the list for me. Maybe not for you all, but for me. I wouldn't move on with Gannon. No, it's just me. Just something telling me that Gannon is much more of the same. And I'm standing on that rock. Even if Gannon goes to another situation and have the number 1 defense in the National Football League, I will sit back and say, hey, I was wrong. They were right. Gannon, I'm going to give him all of his flowers. We'll revisit this day. But I'm confident enough from what I've seen over 40 years of football. I'm confident enough to say, man, you know what? I'm standing on business, man. Gannon is more of the same. I think that he is a situation whereas he's been around guys with brilliancies of the minds, and he kind of pretty much cultivated that particular situation and remix it and say that these are the things that I was able to do as a young DC. I get all of that, but in the hearts of hearts, I just feel something in me just says this dude is a fraud. You know what I'm saying? I've been around too much football to just say, man, you know, this dude is a fraud. You know, but hey, I get it. If they go with Gannon, it's going to be literally more of the same of Matt Eberflus. You know, it's going to be more of the same of even what we've seen to a degree. The negative sides of even Mike Zim. I'm just feeling it that particular way. And I could be 1,500% wrong. But my hearts of hearts is telling me otherwise, right? Now, moving on. Now, overall, Parker and Jones, I love the mindset, the study, the classrooms, the way that they are able to articulate their words and to be able to sit down in a session to have people to sit back and say, let me grab my pen and my pad and get to writing, because they are saying things that I can identify with. Now, out of Leonard, Parker, and Durante Jones, I've seen footages and clips of these guys out there really training and making sure that their troops are in the right order. Now, I know for sure on the other end that when they mention Leonard and Gannon as their two main suspects or prospects, that's a better way to say it, I think that, and they dismiss Raheem Morris, they didn't give that man a shot at it. When they dismiss Raheem Morris, and they didn't even bring up the Orr kid, right? All I can think of, and I'm just being 1,000, that the brothers don't have a damn chance at this, right? I'm just being real with y'all. Jones is, if they were to say, hey, man, they highly is in favor of the Jones, and I'm talking about Durante, or they highly favoring of Parker. And I know that this is Bobby Belt's top 4 candidate list, but when I just listen to the whispers of the news, of the noise, all I can think of is just that. The brothers don't have a chance. Now, the brothers can have a chance to be passing game coordinator, linebacker coach, or what have you, but they don't have a chance to be the actual defensive coordinator. Unfortunately, man, I'm just being real. Now, we can key and laugh and say, yeah, man, the Cowboys did at one point in time had a DC that was of the melanated side. And I know my other sides of people, we don't want to have these conversations, but let's just be real. Brian Stewart was here for a teaspoon of a second, or that's how long he stayed here for. Let me just say this. He was a Costco sample size. He was only here for 2007. The man right now is still looking for a job. So he was only here for a small snippet of time, right? So that's all I'm going to say. All right, Law, why doesn't the Cowboys interview Leonard the same way the Washington interviewed Dan Quinn during the Cowboys playoff run? Well, the Cowboys would show their hand, right? If they interview Jim Leonard, and then it could be a situation and scenario that they done already said, okay, Leonard, when it's all said and done, we got you. For formalities of it and for respect, because the Cowboys put it like this. I'm going to be real with y'all on this Cowboys thing too. Have y'all ever noticed over a course of the years, the Cowboys, we never play the villain role. We always take the high road. We the nice guys. We don't play no mean strategy. We don't like to get confrontational type of stuff out there on the field and stuff. That time when we did have Chris Richard here, and he got into Malcolm Jenkins' face, the Eagles guy, DB, and him and Dez Bryant. Was it Dez Bryant there that year? No, I think Dez was gone. It could have been Dez Bryant there that year. But I remember vividly, Chris Richard was going back and forth with a player for the Eagles. And that same night, Stephen Jones said, hey, man, we just don't like that type of attitude and energy on the sideline. We want our coaches to be professional and what have you. And I just didn't like what Chris Richard was doing there. I'm sitting there like, fool, that's passion. And I get the whole thing of, hey, you want to have a healthy decorum and all of that stuff. But we need that little passion on the side, man. Yeah, we need to have that coach that be spitting in other people's faces and stuff as they talk, not to like the Jalen Carter type of thing. But we need some of that passion. Not to say that the Cowboys don't have it, but we, at some point in time, I used to like when Jimmy Johnson would say, hey, Bum Phillips, was it Bum? What's his name was? Was it Buddy Ryans? Yeah, I tried to approach Buddy Ryans, and he walked his fat butt off. He said it in another colorful way. He walked his fat butt away. I like that. I like for my coach to say, you know what? You want to talk stuff? Man, we're going to win this. You can put that in 3-inch headlines. I need for us to have some little gravitas. You know what I'm saying? That's just for what I'm saying. I just think that the Cowboys collectively is a very soft team from the tops. Jerry Jones have a good conversation, but he ain't built like that. He ain't that hard brother. They sit there and say, man, I'll slap the S out of y'all, man. Yeah. Y'all give it what I'm saying. Yes, indeed. So I just think that we are too nice to play to get even with folks. We just too nice. That's just for what I'm saying.
I think it is. And I think they'd be happy with any of the 4, but I think that would be the order that they likely are at right now.
So that's just for what it is. Shout out to my guy, Boss Cowboys Sports, man, for doing a great job of pulling some of these things and getting things going in the best way on these platforms as well. So that's just my thoughts of everything. Before we go a little bit further, let's pause for a quick break, right quick.
Sleeper is the #1 fantasy sports app. It pays to know sports. Pick more or less on top players. Your first pick is on us, so start winning now. Play in Texas, Georgia, Minnesota, and 27 more states. Pick anytime across all sports, pregame or live. Over 10 million players are already on Sleeper. Make your picks count. Score up to 1,000 times your cash. Join today. Get up to $100 credit using code LAW. Call your shot on Sleeper. Download now.
No doubt. Download Sleeper. Use promo code LAW, and with that promo code, get $20 added to your beautiful account from me to you. On top of that, they will match up to $100 on your first initial $100 deposit. So that's $220 for the quick math out there. Appreciate everybody, man. Download the #1 fantasy app. Just keep law in mind when you do such. And Elijah says the baby softness from the Joneses, and they will talk a good game though. They talk to people and say, I don't like your attitude, or they boss around the people that they can boss around, right? And they just too super soft. Like the whole bit with Stephen A. Smith all this time, right around the season, right before the season kickoff. I think that if they can just read the room sometime, right? Read the room. I don't think that there's many of Cowboy fans that's in favor of Stephen A. Smith, nor or to hear him talk about sports in general. And here you go with a whole hour and a half sitting down, giving him all of the secrets and stuff. Give that opportunity to someone else, right? But it will be a different story if you prop up Stephen A. Smith while we were winning. But he's been a thorn in our side for most Cowboy fans for at least 20 years out of the 30. So it's crazy. And the other part, they didn't even mention Ben Johnson as far as the last coaching candidate search, right? So the Cowboys, and of course, we can talk about the money and we can talk about the things. And here's what I want to say. Schottenheimer, for his first year as a head coach, I think he did a very serviceable job. He's changing a few things that we've seen with his team in the past that we're sitting there saying, okay, we like the energy. We like the response. We like, yay, you get a clap. And, oh, you get an award. Oh, we love all of that, right? But at the end of the day, was he the best option? Because we don't care. We don't care about feel-good stories of, hey, his father used to coach here and he was biting his lips as it relates to Schottenheimer on certain topics and subject matters that we should talk about. But he was like, all of that storyline stuff, that's good. But we want to win. Even though Ben Johnson is out of the postseason. The Chicago Bears. We want some of that stuff, though, here. We want some of that type of impact, Yes. All right, so it's been updated. Jesse Minter will be interviewing with the Ravens. He canceled out all of his other interviews that he had in stock, and he was the former Chargers defensive coordinator. So he canceled his meeting with the Browns, and I think somebody else canceled their meeting with the Browns too. Nobody want to coach up there at the Browns, man. Shoot. Hey, it is for what it is. And the Raiders showing heavy interest in Jesse Minter. So shout out to Jesse Minter. That just popped up on my news feed. All right, so before we go any further into this conversational pool, we're going to open up the phone line so that you guys can have a chance to give me your thoughts on everything. I know it's the off season. Normally we go live for about 3-4 hours, right? But since it's the off season, we are shortening the show for you all. All right, so I know you guys can get back to teams that's in the postseason as well as the off season dreams. And of course, down the stretch, we will dive a little bit deeper into the surface, beyond the surface level of the drafting situation. But before we go into that, I just want to know if you're in Dallas, especially this weekend. It's going to be some crazy heavy terrains of rain and snow and all of this other stuff. But let's get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. Before I don't want to hold you guys any further, but let's talk about this. If you're driving through Dallas and somebody hits you, rear end you, and you need to reach out to somebody, let me tell you who you need to do it with.
It starts from the first phone call. Most of the time, you're going to talk to Gene Burkett, a 30-year partner. You're not going to talk to some employee that just got put on the phones that day.
There are things that are so crucial, especially if it's a cataclysmic event, to have our experts get out and look at the vehicle, witness statements, photos, the whole thing.
Call Frenkel first. Chosen by the people, feared by the insurance companies. Call Frenkel first.
No doubt. That's 214 or 817. Every three that you can punch on that phone. When you dial that number, you're going to have on the other side a team of experts with over a combined of 100 years of experiences. They are not vampires, but they will vamp for you in this particular light of taking care of you and not advantages of you, like those insurance companies. So be sure to reach out to our proud partners, Frenkel and Frenkel, personal injury lawyers. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, if you can't dial that number, just visit FrenkelFirm.com. Now, Law Nation Sports got a phone line for your mind. 657-390-7391. One of the mods, y'all can put that in the chat area so y'all can call in, give me your feedback, your thoughts, and let's get things moving and grooving. The first person that I have on the line for your mind is Quavius Cushiton. From the 484, you're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me.
What's good, Law? How's everybody today?
Man, all is well. I can't complain, bro, man. You know, happy off season to you, man. Let's go find somebody to help this team out.
Indeed. Well, I want to get into, I want to have a conversation about, draft.
Okay.
I think we draft according to what we don't do in free agency.
Okay.
This past season, what the Cowboys have shown me is, with shoddy, shall I say, that they're willing to play in free agency. Now,
right?
Were the pieces that we got this past season all great pieces? No, not at all.
Right.
They were not all great pieces, but we got some pretty good ones. And like when it comes to, say, the linebacker position, we all want the Sonny Styles, the Anthony Hill Jr.'s, and the C.J. Allens. But let's not forget, we still do have Maris Leofau, who under Eberflus was thrown under the bus. We still do. We finally get a DeMarvion Overshown healthy with a full off season. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would like another linebacker, but is it so terrible if we don't get a Sonny Styles or an Anthony Hill Jr.? Corner is a spot I think we need to play in the draft with.
Right.
Edge, there's some good edge free agents on the market. So I mean, depending on what we do, don't get me wrong. If you can get it, okay?
Right.
If you get a Khalil Mack from free agency and you can go ahead and get a Akeem Mesidor,
Yeah. The Khalil Mack, now he be like 36, 37, I believe. He's a long tooth, but yeah, he didn't show that much of a drop off. And I think that he's more of a 3-4 guy versus a 4-3. So some of this stuff will be like what we gonna look like with the DC. That was really holding me back from my vision, Hoodie, is that I'm looking for the defensive coordinator so I can marry and match that tone and their scheme and what they like to do from that perspective before I dive real deep. So I'm doing surface level drafting. Yeah, I'm doing surface level drafting reports right now. But when we get out DC, man, I'm diving all in there, man.
Like, my thing with the DC is, one of my biggest issues with the DC is this. It's one thing to have a scheme and a philosophy of how you do things, but can you mirror that scheme and that philosophy around the players that's already here?
Right.
That's one of my biggest things.
Big fact.
And if there's no way, like, after what we've seen from Maris, even though it was a small sample size year one, you know, and then what we've seen from him this past season, even though it was very limited,
right?
Right. That tells me that this kid has a high ceiling.
Oh yeah.
So can my DC not only get the guys in the draft that match what he likes to do, but can he take the guys that are here and be able to do that? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the biggest thing, because we're going to have Maris for another 2 years. We're going to have him for another 2 years. So, I mean, you might as well get everything you can out of him.
Okay. Wait. I'm going to hit you right back because I was wrong on my earlier assessments, and I'm hearing some breaking news, but I appreciate you so much, Hoodie. Appreciate you.
Indeed.
All right. So I love to do this when we live. Every time. Oh, man, we got some breaking news. Oh, my gosh. Hey, I take back a third. Maybe we pressed the envelope a little too good, and now we got some unbelievable breaking news. The Cowboys are narrowing down their search, and it appears that they went to the melanated side of things. And I'm trying to get this report out. The Cowboys are working to hire Christian Parker as their new defensive coordinator. Oh, my goodness. As it relates to Tom Pelissero, just 34 years of age. Hey, man, him and Jadeveon Clowney, I think he's only a year older than Rain Dakota Prescott. Parker spent his past 2 seasons as a passing game coordinator for the DBs under Vic Fangio with the Eagles. Now get his first shot as the defensive coordinator and from the Dallas Cowboys on the NFC East side of things. Now, here's what I got to say, ladies and gentlemen. This is some good breaking news, in my opinion. Hey, this is what I want to say, though. I think that we done threw enough rocks at this damn glass window that Jerry Jones is behind. Hey, let me get a Tyrone, man. Let me get Leroy in them. Hey, man, at least throw a Christian Parker in there. And Jerry Jones had to put down his pen and pad and say, you know what? Let's bring in this brother right here. So, yeah.
Oh, look at my African-American over here.
Yeah. Let's go, baby. Sure. Yeah, so let me update my title here. And this could be a situation. We got our guy, we got our man, and I hate the fact that they're gonna put all of that stuff that he came from Eagles, all of that terrible green. But hey, you put on some blue, and you're gonna see the truth that we are here, baby. So that is the breaking news of all things. That Fangio tree is a real thing. Sanjay, yes indeed. Hey, and don't give that Tyrone a short leash, let him have a long one, but shout out to Christian Parker. I heard that he's an educator. I heard, and I said to y'all before, that this could be a situation and scenario. Now, does this mean that Jim Leonard goes to the Giants and now we got to face him multiple seasons and all of this stuff? I don't know. But I can tell you that at least we got somebody in here that can sit down and have the same match of energy. Here's the other part that I want to bring up, ladies and gentlemen, as we update. Let me just copy and paste this, man. Let me just do this all the way. Christian Parker. Working to hire Christian Parker. I'm put this in the title so that other people can see this. Boy, I fool around, went live at the right time, man. Shoot. Hey, let me know how y'all feel about everything, because this right here, shoot. Let me just try to update my title and everything. Come back, player of the year odds. Oh, hold on. Let me put it right there. Hold on. Boom. Breaking news. We'll put breaking news at the title now. Breaking news. Cowboys Christian Parker is here. Let me put it. I gotta change up everything. Boom. Boy, oh boy. Shoot. How y'all feeling, though, man? How y'all feeling about while I'm updating all of this good stuff? How are you guys feeling all together? Put down in the chat how you guys feel about Parker being your next DC. Another brother from another mother. Bang. All right. Let me see. This will be a good show, man. All together now. All right, so how y'all feeling? Leonard probably doesn't want to come to Dallas. Parker was made the defense will be a little bit smarter. This from Raw Talk 23. Yes, indeed. All right, I got my brother from another mother. No other, don't look like Danny Glover, but DJ from the 607. You've been waiting patiently in the queue here, man. What you got for me, man?
Yo, what's good, man? Yo, what's good? Yeah, I'm here on breaking news. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Breaking news, man. Shoot.
You know, I don't really know much about him. I don't know much about him, but I know he's in that Vic Fangio tree. So that's a good sign. And we got a brother for once.
Oh, yeah. You're my brother. Don't you know?
You know what I'm saying? It's been years. Like, finally got the head spot. But you know what, man? It's all, like, I'm being dead serious. Like, yo, Jerry, the pressure's on this year. Like, the pressure is on, like, you know what I'm saying? But listen, this year, we ain't going to have Netflix. We ain't going to have none of that this season. Like, yo, he knows he can't go in there. And, like, really going into the draft,
Talk your talk while I got to fix something on the back end.
Okay,
Keep talking your talk, bro. Keep talking your talk. I'm here, though.
I got you. You know what I'm saying? Listen. When it comes to the draft, I think it's got to go big boy status. Like, let's not play around, man. We had a lot of busts when it came to playing. Mozzie Smith, a lot of things didn't work out, honestly, but we can't go big hunting. But honestly, I'm thinking at the 12th spot, if it's not far away, like if Bain drops a little bit to like the 7 or 8, you know what I'm saying? Can we reach and grab him? But I'm looking at Caleb Downs. We can play Caleb Downs at safety, or we can play him at corner. He's like versatile, and I really like at 20. And I'm strong about it. I really need we go grab that boy from Notre Dame. Go grab that running back from Notre Dame. Give us a solid punch. Give us another like probably a 1 year, 2 year deal with Javonte Williams. You know what I'm saying? And we got to figure out if Guyton's that left tackle. We can't play around with Dak. We got to have Dak for the whole season. We can't afford, you know what I'm saying? His blind side has got to be taken care of. So are we going to translate Tyler Smith back to left tackle? Like, are we going to do that? Like, he's solid at left guard, but listen, you know what I'm saying? We're paying him that much money. Like, he can play left tackle. Like, he can play it, but Guyton, you got to be – if you're getting drafted in the first round, you got to be the man. It's got to be this year. We got to know. Tyler Steele, you know, we tried you out, bud, but you know what? Something's got to give. You got to be able to play the pass. You can't just be able to play the run. Like, it can't work like that. And we got to figure out – honestly, we got to figure out, we can't play around with Pickens. We really can't play around with him. Like, let's figure out, we're going to franchise tag him, or we're going to give him a deal because he's going to cost money. You know, are we going to trade him? Honestly, like, I'm looking at it, and I've been listening to a lot of podcasts and stuff, and they're like, yo, would you rather have Max Crosby or would you rather have Pickens? And it comes down to it, Law, I'd rather have that big, nice DN. But it just goes back to the fact, if that was the case, we should have kept Micah. You know what I'm saying? We had the best one in the league. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna go back to that. But we gotta make that decision. If we got Max Crosby, I wouldn't be, at the end of the day, I'd be all right, cool. Because you know what? He's a high caliber player and everything like that. We're not gonna deal the bullshit on the field or off the field. We'll have to deal with Pickens. But with Pickens, we're gonna get a top 5 receiver. We already have a top 7 receiver, and he takes us to another level. And I really feel like, Law, this division is up for grabs. The dysfunction that is going on in Philly is real. That is real. If they get rid of A.J. Brown, they get rid of him. Wait, there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about. You just took the head off the snake. And he'd been calling it all year. He was telling you guys the problem. You guys didn't want to listen to him. So now you're going to say, all right, you know, you're going to get rid of him and try to prove him wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, yeah, it was him the whole time. And then it's going to be dysfunction. But if we're just smart on the defensive side and make smart, averaging moves, like, for instance, bring Clowney back. Clowney really played good for us.
Hey, appreciate you, man. DJ, I thank you so much for holding it down, man. Let people hear it, man. Let people hear it, bro.
Yeah, DJ for life, baby, all day, man.
Yes, indeed. That's my guy DJ, man. On all what he said, I concur. You know. All right. So now we got the framework. Boy, I'm hitting at the right time, at the right moment. I got my brother from another mother, no other. Don't look like Danny Glover, but keep it cool with us from the 100 grand with the plan from the 201. You're live on the nation, man. Talk to me, man. What's good with you, bro?
Hey, listen, hey, Jerry. Steven Jones. I apologize.
I apologize.
I gotta get flowers.
Oh, look at my African American over here.
Hey, man, listen. I gotta get props where props is due, Lord.
Yo.
They never knew. Listen, this is uncharted territory. Man.
Yo.
I mean, not the assistant DC, the head honcho DC.
Yo, I'm in a head honcho, and he's 34. So for 30 years and 30 seasons, he was 4 years old when the drought started.
Oh, look at my African American over here.
Come on, man.
Yeah, go on, man.
All my ass.
Yeah. He don't even know the pains. He don't even remember. He don't remember the rings.
Lord, he's not 50. He's not 60 years old. He's not 70.
Yeah.
He NFL young boy, man. Come on, man.
We like, who? Boy, 34 years old.
I can't believe this is now. I can say the Joneses have officially made the change.
Yeah, they officially.
This is not. I don't know these guys.
I don't know. Hey, so now I can go down there. Hey, now look here, little young man. Now I told you get out of that damn zone defense for 94 to 95% of the time. Ain't no way that you're gonna play some zone 94, 95.
And here's another thing that we did that we don't do, Law.
Yo.
We weakened our competition because the Eagles are upset. They did not want to lose that man.
Yeah.
They what? He one of the main guys.
Right. But now I just want to say this though. When we were doing our research on him now, you know, here's what I want to say though, you know, he was only with the Eagles for a Costco sample size though, you know. He cut his teeth.
I heard this from Eagles people though. I heard this from
100%. 100%. Yeah. But his longest stay was with the Denver Broncos from 2021 to 2023. Right. You know, so I want to let Eagles know that he was only there to recruit. You know, come on. That's what he was there for, only to recruit. You know. So that's what I'm pulling up. I just want people to know that. But what else you got, man? Because this done raised up a lot of people in here. I can always circle back to you, my bro. But what else you got?
Man.
What else you got?
Hey, if you want to circle back, you can circle back, man. You know, I'm here, man. I'm excited now, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought we was going to get and I was going to be upset, angry, and frustrated. And
yeah.
I'm excited. A brother, too?
Yeah.
Oh,
man. So I had all my notes and stuff what I was gonna say when it was Gannon, but now I gotta take them down. Now to be fair, if you want to bring Gannon over just to be some type of like,
No. Here you go, Law. So you want to mess up a good thing? Come on, man. No.
If they love him that bad, bring him in to cut the grass or something, you know. Pew. Now bring him over. Hey, yard boy.
Washington interviewed that man. Let him get. They scared. They might get him. Go over there to Washington.
Okay, yeah, we'll go to Washington then. No. Hey. I seen this movie called Blink Twice, but I'm gonna just say this. Blink twice if y'all understanding what I'm saying, because what I want them to do also is say, damn. Man, we missed out on Gannon, man. He was going to be a generational changing type of defensive coordinator here. I would surely hate for him to go to Washington.
He's awesome. I don't listen. Man, if Washington get Gannon, I don't know what we going to do. Man, we might be the worst team in the division, man. Come on, Jerry Jones. What are you doing, Jerry? You missed a perfect opportunity to get a seasoned defensive coordinator in here with his great scheme. And the way that he motivated those players. You gotta have fire in your belly. Did you hear what he said? Come on.
Fire in your belly, man. Hey, now, hey. No offense to my community, man, my other side. I'm just going to have this type of conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think that the 3-ladder or 4-ladder networks or anybody that working under somebody can say this, what I'm finna say freely. But what if I told you can still go get Durante Jones. You can still go get Odor to be your linebackers coach, right? And then you can assemble
the Avengers.
The Avenger Black Melanated Squad. No, I'm not shitting you. We coming there with the all black Air Forces on that mug.
You think that defense would be motivated?
You think you put them there with the You got all now, Jerry. I said that Jerry walk in with the black Air Forces with the ski mask on. Pooh Shiesty. You want finally.
And Law, don't miss this. Law.
What is that?
He's so young. And if this defense turns around, could you imagine him as the head coach?
Jeez.
I know that's far down the line, but man, you know how the Joneses do. They like to promote from within.
You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it.
Appreciate you so much, man. Let me get my guy A-Lou on next, man. Appreciate you, bro. Come on with it, man. Salute. That's $100,000. And I'm just saying, man. Hey, it's very beneficial to hire a minority crew, because what happened here, if they get promoted to a head coaching job, here are the things that you can get from there. if let's say, for example, my theory is that you get Parker, you get Durante Jones, you get Zach Orr to that degree, and if we go crazy on defense and we're top 5 or something like that, people try to get our coaches now, we got incentives. That's going to cost you two third-round draft picks. Yeah, we get those back in return. So if this is a situation, it's a win-win for us. So if Christian Parker balls out for the next 2 to 3 years and they say, hey, we want him now as our head coach, well, we would take that, but it's going to be 2 third-round draft picks, and let's say we get a Durante Jones, and if he's fool around and get a head coaching job or something like that, or to a point, I think that there's something that if you go from a positioning staff to even a defensive coordinator, I think that that's even a third-round draft pick. I'll get the clarification tonight on Cowboys Collective of what we're going to get in return as far as remunerations of being able to have a guy that get promoted to being a head coach that was of the melanated crew or what have you. From the 304, you're live on the Nation, man. Hey, Lou, what you got for me, man?
Hey, Law, I stand corrected. Hot damn, boy. Hey, look. Hey, they might try to put something together. Look at it. Look at it, son. I'm proud of you, son. Hot damn, Jerry Jr., I'm proud of you, son. Hot damn. But no. It's I just like the fact that if you pay attention to how we're moving, right? I like the fact we're young across the board. We're young coaches out of the head coach, offense coordinator. We're young on the defensive coordinator side. Now we have an ability to grow with our players and grow the program in the right direction. He has to build his team and his squad. If he can build up if he can pull from some of the hires or the potentials that were out there that didn't get the job and still bring them over, we're all moving in the right direction.
Man, this is not finna be an archaic. This is not finna be an old and style. Look, I can't wait to go to Oxnard this season, man. Shoot,
right,
man,
right.
shoot.
This is going to be a good. This is, and I hope that. Let's start from the beginning. They hear you. Remember that, Cowboys fans.
They heard us, and we hit them where they heard it too. Yeah.
Yes, they hear you. Do not take that lightly.
Right.
They hear us. You can't tell. Hey, they would have never 5 years ago, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They would have never did this.
Never.
They'd have never did this.
No. They would never.
But let's not take into account and just say, oh, they hired a brother. No, this man is smart.
Yeah.
This man is a coach. This man has credentials. This man is he like a political science major, something, communication, something in that capacity.
Yeah.
He's not.
Look at my African American over here.
I'm gonna wear that button now, right?
You know what you really wanted to say too. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But he's a qualified candidate in a sense. If Cowboys Nation, do your background on this coach and where he's come from and how he's built his resume. He's legit. Mm-hmm. Now we got to figure out what his actual framework for the whole defense is itself.
Right.
Are we going to run a wide 9? Are we going to move it to we're going to stay 4-3? Or is he going to have a mix of packages? Is he going to have, how is he going to run it? Is he going to run a lot more dime? Is he going to have big corners, big nickels, big safeties? You got to get to the schematics of that. But at the same time, if it's anything like Big Fangio gave us a lot of problems. Well, gave Dak a lot of problems.
He gave Dak a lot of problems. Yeah.
So but Dak still turned around and he still put up yards on him. But it was an issue, right? But he starts if you're going by what we've seen and what he's come from, even from Denver all the way Denver to Philly.
Right.
In Denver, he had a hell of a front. Mm-hmm. He definitely had hella DBs.
Right.
In Philly, he had a hell of a front. I don't care. I don't like Philly, but you got to give him their just do those 2D tackles, those DNs.
Well, we definitely got pieces like
Yes.
Bump what the Philly did last season, and I know that he was there last season, but the season before last when they won the Super Bowl, what they did to Pat Money Mahomes, being able to showcase that brother can see ghosts, and they was getting pressure from the interior. All we know for sure is that we got a Quentin Williams, and we for sure got a Kenny Clark. I get with Osa. I think that Osa may play better this season. And I remember what you said. We shouldn't have paid Osa and all of that. I got a good recall, Lou. But what I'm saying is that what we can need to do now is you build from that. You build that framework out. You go get you a linebacker. You go make sure you get reliable safeties and DBs. And I'm quite sure the influencing power of the 34-year-old Parker, he should be able to dance around a little bit in free agency to bring in somebody that can help us out in the back end.
Absolutely. Do not be keep your eyes open. Don't be shocked if you start seeing Philly cats come.
Right, 100%.
Don't be shocked. Don't be shocked because they value him over there, and those players respect him as well.
Right.
And don't be shocked from where he had his background in Denver. You don't get some of those players to think about coming over.
Right.
Just like any coach or any GM or anything, it's about relationships.
Yeah.
It's about building. Hey, I got somebody, he's going to fit perfectly in my defense.
Yes, indeed.
Last point.
Indeed. Right.
I'm happy that they did not wait for Jim Leonard. I'm happy as hell they didn't wait for him, because if you go out here with there's 9 jobs that are available, right?
Yeah.
Probably 6 or 7 of them need defensive coordinators.
Yeah.
You go out here and you wait on him, and he's still, pussyfooting around, and he's trying to figure out, well, I might want to go here. No, go here. All right.
Right.
Look, we tried. We waited for you. We did what we could. This is what we're going to do. We're going to move forward with these these options, and we made the best choice.
Yeah.
Simple as that. Look, they look like they're making a change, but what would complete this change is a hell of a free agency, and we are drafting BPA, not drafting for need. If we're drafting for BPA, because we've got 5 to 6 legitimate starters in free agency on the defense. We got 5 to 6 legitimate starters on the defense, and we're drafting BPA. There's no telling how good we could actually be.
No doubt, man. Appreciate you for calling in, Chief. Thank you, man. Thank you. That's my guy, Lou. Yes, indeed. So, yeah, his first season was with the Eagles on that Super Bowl run, I guess, if I'm looking at this correctly, because 2024, so he came there that season. I'm not going to try to give him all of the credit for that, by the way, but I'm looking at it from the aspect, if some of that rub off and we have that vision and that version of what that style and caliber of defense was, I'm quite sure that we can get rolling. I'm quite sure. And then we can have the real conversation about, hey, well, I was just on that Super Bowl team, Jerry, and when they just lifted up a Lombardi trophy, Jerry, well, let's get us some of that. And this is what we did when we were there. And that's how the conversation should be if Christian Parker can ever have that articulations of words play with Jerry Jones so that we can get certain guys. And by him being that youth and that young of an age, I'm quite sure that some of that stuff will roll off. But before I move a little bit further, I got Too Cool that's next. Hold tight. Here's what I want to say overall. All right, so this is what I wanted to say so far. Hold on. This is what I want to say so far. Even though we are happy about the move collectively, you know what gives this the biggest voice to? This gives the biggest voice to Schottenheimer. There's something about being able to walk into a room and say, this is my understudy now. This is my hire. This is who I really think that can match up with the energy, the being a technician as far as the knowledge and the skill set. And when I say something now, it's not second guessed. Sometimes, write this down. When a tree is young, it's easier to bend. But when that tree is old and stuck in his way and you're trying to bend it, it will break before it bends. And what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, that could have been the situation and scenario for my guy Schottenheimer last season. He was sitting there saying, hey, we got to get better on defense. Hey, I'm trying to respect my guy, but we doing 95 to 96% zone. And I'm trying to let him know, hey, we got to switch this stuff up. And then Matt Eberflus, I'm just speculation for the nation. Oh, you going to say that to me? You going to call me out in front of the audience, in front of everybody? Okay, I'm going to show you better than I can tell you right now because I am the DC. I've been coaching football, and I had your position before you can even think of anything. You going to do this to me? I'm going to tell you, I'm going to show you. And before they bend, they break. And that's what we saw last season. This team was a breaking team. We didn't make the necessary adjustments. We had strong favors of saying, hey, Mears live foul. If he messed up, we're going to showcase him to the bench, and we're not going to be able to coach that on the fly to put that young kid back out there on the field. Don't you know that last season took a whole year off for Mears live foul? When he's supposed to been out there learning and gaining all of this information far as playing reps and playing knowledge. You can't get smart by sitting on the bench. You can only play sports as it relates to football on the defensive side with real lessons out there on the field. And Kenneth Murray, it didn't matter what he was going to do. We done already seen thousands of reps of him. That is who he is. He wasn't going to get any better. Only thing that he was going to get was worse, and we lived through that. When players are damn near close or the same or equaling, you always play the youth. I'm quite sure that this kid Parker, he won't be so gung-ho on, hey, it's my way or the highway type of deal. He will be willing to adjust his mindsets and adapt and give us some pedigree of some youthfulness. I got from the 210, UN, too cool. Talk to me.
Law, what's up? We good?
Man, hey, we good. Now I can look through some things and start diving into some draft conversations. But go ahead.
No, hold. Everybody on Law Nation, hold. Now, a couple of weeks ago, when I came on here and I went on my rant, I said, y'all got to be optimistic.
Okay.
Jerry Jones doing some shit that he ain't did in 30 years. Everybody said, Law, get him off the call. Did they not?
Well, you got to give me some more framework of the context, man. Right. You know,
so the content was Michael gone.
Right.
He traded him. He got Clark. Then he brought in Williams. He brought in Pickens. Jerry Jones was making moves already, right? I said that Shotty didn't pick the head coach. Jerry had already hired him before Shotty got his job.
Facts. Yeah, you did say that.
Right?
Yeah.
So I say that to say this. When you started a while ago, you said Shotty picked his coach, his defense coordinator just now.
Right. Allegedly, I don't know the full range of things as far as the information. I'm only going off of an assumption that this is a Shotty hire, and this hire right here will help him now because now he can walk in with complete authority. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm going? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna cook. Now I'm gonna cook.
Not cook.
Shotty, I feel like Shotty picked this defense coordinator, right? And everybody out there that keep talking about Pickens on and off the field, that man really ain't did nothing in Dallas on and off the field. We talking about one game. So whoever talking about he getting traded, I guarantee you, ain't let him get out of that building.
Let's keep it in the framework of defense right now, because jumping to offense is gonna throw me off. Go ahead. Get there.
So we got three safeties. One had 139 tackles. One had 186 tackles. One had 256 tackles. One had 6 interceptions, 2 touchdowns returned off punts, and played running back. We're going to move up in the draft, and we're going to get the safety. They got 256 tackles. We are moving up, and we're going to go get Caleb Downs. Mark my words. We will move up to go get Caleb Downs.
Okay.
Caleb Downs will not fall to 12. The Dallas Cowboys will either move the 12th pick and next year or the 20th pick
and next year, and they will move up and get Caleb down. I will move the 20th and next year pick to move up, and then at 12, if we stay at 12, I get Sonny Styles.
Okay.
Caleb down to Sonny Styles, and then get Tyreek Woolen. I'm not drafting no more cornerback. We not drafting no more cornerbacks. Go get Tyreek Woolen. Get somebody out of free agency. I will bring the same defensive ends back. You can bring Clowney back, and we already got ODE over there. I'm moving up in the draft. I'm getting Caleb down. You have to get. That's a generational safety.
Well, all of that is still predicated upon what they do in the free agency. You know, I do like Caleb Downs. I like what he brings to the table, and of course, a lot of people waiting on the combine numbers and all of that stuff too. I'm not saying that should sway the opinions of the minds of where he's going to get drafted at, but it just takes a minute, man. I just think that the Cowboys are heading in the right direction. Whatever we've seen last season, in the last 2 seasons, we got to take those things and throw it in the trash can and start over with a clean sheet of paper, in my opinion.
Hey, but again, too, though, like I think a lot of people, when we look at defensive players coming from college, I think sometimes we strike out so much on a defensive player coming from college, because when you look at Mozzie wasn't getting off the ball that much at Michigan. He did that his last year. The last year he did that, he skyrocketed up the draft boards.
Yeah.
A lot of these players skyrocket up the draft boards. Same thing with Arvell Reese. Arvell Reese was never projected to go in the top first 5 rounds.
Facts.
He was not projected to go into the first 5 rounds. Sonny Styles was projected 3rd round. Caleb Downs has always been projected top 5. That man he played at Alabama, had 107 tackles. He played at Ohio State, had 150-something tackles. That man has always been the Caleb Downs, the quarterback of a defense, regardless if it was in the SEC or the Big Ten.
Right.
The best player in this year's draft is Caleb Downs. If you can move up from 12 and move up into the top 5 to get him, you got to do it, especially with the secondary we have. Yeah. Man, I would love to have him in the quarterback of secondary, have Williams in the middle, go get Tyreek Woolen. Man, the sky's the limit. No
doubt, man. I appreciate you for calling in, Too Cool. Thank you, bro. Yeah.
You have a good one, brother.
No doubt, man. That's Too Cool from the 210. His stance on Schottenheimer, I get that. We can start inserting like thoughts and stuff like that for what the Cowboys will do in that particular light. I get it. When you start to think about like coaching teams and how they assemble, let's be real. Benghazi from last season, the linebackers coach, his allegiance were with Matt Eberflus. Overstreet, the defensive back coach, his allegiance were with Matt Eberflus. Conway kid or Curtis, whatever his name was, I think his name was Curtis, not Curtis Conway, but whatever his name was, the passing game coordinator, he was Matt Eberflus. Those staff members were all Matt Eberflus. So when players came to those individual trainers or staff members and said, hey, well, we used to do it this way, they didn't go against the grain because they still owed Matt Eberflus that favor, that's solid. When you have a house divided and you have difference of opinions, you get these type of things in return. So now that if this is 1,000% Schottenheimer's pick of choice, Christian Parker, let them both sit down and go over the guys that they else want on this team so we can be an old folks from Mississippi, and you go to the good old Southern Baptist Church, so that we can all sing from the same hymnal, right? Different churches had different hymnals. So we want to be on the same hymnal, and we want to be able to hit the same song and sing from the same page from what we know that the page is on. And the only way that can work if you got to be on the same accord. Hopefully, this will be the situation and the chatter that's going on. I'm quite sure that the front office, Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, and maybe you throw Willie in there, that they're going to do a presser maybe tomorrow, Friday, leading into the postseason gameplay. I was talking to my PR earlier today, and she was like, hey, just wait on it. The Cowboys, they are always going to come up with something to steal some type of headlines. You can book it, and guess what? Bam. Right before the postseason game this weekend, the Cowboys ultimately is going to dominate any headline that you can even think in your mind because they not only got a new defensive coordinator, man, they did something that they didn't do in the last, almost 20 years or more. They went and got a new guy that's a brother, too, that's going to be calling the plays on the defensive side of the coin. That's crazy. But I got DP from the 979, but when he held that 9, all I could see was my mama's eye. What's up, DP? What's good with you, man?
Hey, man. You know how to make somebody have a good day when they having a bad time, man. I
appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, man.
Man, Jerry know what he doing, man. You know Black History Month is coming up, man. He's just trying to get in good with
Oh my God! He should have made this announcement on Dr. Martin Luther King today.
That's what I'm saying, man. He got more brownie points for that. But in all seriousness, nah, man. I'm very surprised by this. I'm very surprised by this, man. Them going this route. Man, I just hope that, man, Jerry, don't snip the dude, man. Like, give the man, let the man pick his staff, give him the players that he needs, man, and just get the hell out the way, man. Just let him and Brian Schottenheimer do their thing. I know, I think it was the previous caller was talking about, about Caleb Downs.
Right.
It's going to be kind of interesting to see where he's going to fall at.
Facts.
I think the last time we seen a safety get drafted in the top 10, I think was Jamal Adams, if I'm not mistaken. I think he got picked at like 7 or 8. So, but I see, but Caleb Downs is definitely legit. So there is a possibility he could crack the top 10. So, but me
or he can slip a little bit, like Derwin James as a prospect. If you're looking at Derwin James, if I'm thinking of safety, right? If I'm finna go to a bar and I'm finna fight some folks right now, and I got Caleb Downs, or if I got Derwin James, I'm saying like, hey Caleb, man, hey, wait right here because he's 205 and he might measure out at 5'11", right? And I'm not trying to sully or denigrate or take my guy off the map or off because I'm looking at size and stature and stuff. But I known Derwin James to drop just a little bit, and he was a dog at Florida State. You get what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not saying that Caleb Downs is not. But there could be a situation that he could naturally fall to us at 12, and we don't have to give up all of that real estate to move up to get him, right? I just hope them combine numbers, because combine nerds and everything, they get too smart and they all think they wisdom teeth, and they say, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and pass up on him because he's 5'11", 205 pounds. We need a safety that's a little bit bigger and all of this stuff. I hope that they do that, and he falls to us at 12, and that will be a good decision for us to just go ahead and scoop him up from there. But I don't want to trade up to get him, though. I get with what my guy's saying, but I just don't want to do that.
I'm not trying to do that either, because I'm still of the mindset that they need to fix that front four.
Right.
So me personally, it's crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but I would give up that 20th pick, and this is what I would do. I know it gonna sound crazy,
right?
But I would trade. Meaning I would give up that 20th pick, and I'd give up Osa for Max Crosby. I know that sounds crazy, but hey, you gotta give up something. Gotta give up somebody you don't want to give up to get somebody like him. So that's what I would do.
That's what I would take a look at too. And it is for what it is. Far as moving on from your pieces, but what Christian Parker got to do and all of that, we'll give him a couple of weeks or what have you, but I'm going to be just as aggressive on him too if things ain't flying the way it's supposed to. And what he need to do ultimately is to go into this particular team and read over all of the guys that's on defense of what they can do, what they can't do. Hey, Christian, you got some homework to do. I need for him to be in that film room and going over all of these guys that was on defense and just be partial to this and be like, hey, this is what I seen on tape. This is where you lost. This is where you didn't play through the echoes of whistle. There's the DOOR. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm your brother. And now I can pull you to the side and say, listen here, my naysayer. You know, he can say this stuff now. Get your together and get your, you know what I'm saying?
Real,
I'm crazy.
Like,
then you can have that real conversation with him. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah, man. I need him to wean out some of these guys that just ain't cutting it. Like Sanborn, gotta go. Kenneth Murray, gotta go.
Facts.
See who else on there gotta go. Fowler, gotta go. Donovan Wilson, sorry, gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just really hope Jerry and Stevie, man, they don't snip this dude, man. Like, he's a young dude. He's trying to build his resume up, man. So just, man, don't snip the dude, man. Let him do what he needs to do, man.
You ever see that these shows, like, you saw what happened to the last guy, you know what I'm saying? So the last guy that we had, just a reminder, you know, you got one shot. You got to lose yourself because you only got one shot. Because you saw what happened to the last guy in 2007. He had only 1 year. His name is Brian Stewart. So understand that this could be you. This could be you. So make an impact. Appreciate you for calling in.
Yeah, appreciate it.
No doubt, man. That's DP, man, from the 979. But when I held that 9, all I can see was my mama's eyes. No one knows the struggle. All right, Texas Wolf from the 757, man. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrenkelFirm.com. Talk to me, man.
Let me say, Law, behold the green and the gold, because that's where Christian Parker used to coach at. My alma mater, Norfolk State.
Okay, all right, look at you, man. Shoot.
My God, I'm already putting the word out, Law, to every friend and family who's a Cowboy fan that we got Christian Parker. And some of the people of mine, the Eagle fans, they can't stand it.
Oh, come on with it, man. Steal from them, hey, and then try to replicate some of the good things. Just dismiss the bad things. Because here's what we do know, Wolf. This is what we do know. That I'm old enough to remember just this past season that their defense was such a good defense to a point that the quarterback completed 0 passes in the second half and still won the damn game. You know, I would like to have them type of problems over here. You get what I'm saying? It's been multitudes.
I get 100% what you're saying, brother.
Yeah. You get what I'm saying? So I need some of that over here.
And it's perfect time, like your previous guy just said. We got Black History Month coming up.
Right.
And of course you have the postseason coming up. But still, there's another thing you forgot, Law, that I mentioned too. The Eagles failed to get the OC they wanted in Mike McDaniels and Dayball. So this is perfect timing. They lose their best coordinator and they don't got an OC.
All right.
You can cash it to the bank, Law Nation. The Eagles will not repeat in the NFC East, and better yet, the Eagles might end up 3rd place in the NFC. The Cowboys are gonna take the NFC right from underneath Philadelphia.
Man, you know what?
Nick Sirianni is gonna be the next dude to get chopped off from Philly.
You know what, Wolf? I'll raise you. I want the Eagles to be skid mark at the bottom of the division where they rightfully belong.
I'll raise you some more. I bet you in free agency, Law, the Cowboys bring in Reed Blankenship from Philadelphia, and that dude picks off Jalen Hurts for a pick 6 for the Cowboys.
Oh man, if that happened, I will get you a Reed Blankenship Cowboys jersey, and man, you know what I'm saying? I'll call you the Oracle over here, man. Appreciate you so much for calling in, man.
Oh, yes, I like it.
Let's go, man.
That's Texas. Nation, baby.
That's Texas Wolf, man. Woo, boy. If I can still yell like howl like a wolf, I'll try to do it, but my voice ain't set up like that no more. Appreciate you, boy.
Yes, sir. I'm listening to nothing but the best.
Yes, indeed. Of Hits and Oldies, brought to you by Texas Wolf. Man, I appreciate y'all, man. He was the last guy in the queue. Hey, man, there's so many things that we're going to talk about and get things moving and grooving. We got over 500 people in the chat. if y'all want me to extend this show for the next 15 to 20 minutes, call in, or let me know in the chat. Put a 4 in the chat if y'all want me to continue to go, and let's get things moving and grooving. I do like Mansour Delane, right? Looks like the pick 12. Now, this is from one Magic fan. Yes, indeed. I do like Mansour Delane. I do. I don't mind, because I think that if the Eagles, they double dipped at DBs, right? They double dipped. Did they double dip on DBs, safeties like DBs or something like defensive backs? Did they do that? Not saying that we trying to be the Eagle boys over here, because y'all know how I feel about them damn Eagles. Hey, matter of fact, I got Montisha and them. Hey, where you at, girl?
We're looking great. Go Birds. Let's go Birds. ELDS, Eagles.
Yes, indeed. That's Montisha, man. She's still angry and upset. All right, I got Sam from the 214. You're live on the Nation, brought to you by FrankelFirm.com. Talk to me.
What's good, Law? Saw the news. Super excited. Had a quick question for you.
Give it to me.
So I might have missed it earlier. I know he's like a passing defense kind of guy. Was he the coordinator over there, like the passing coordinator or the DB guy, when the Eagles secondary was booty butt cheeks?
Yeah, he's the passing game coordinator. He's been there for the last 2 seasons. So I guess he got a Super Bowl ring with them his first year, and then, of course, whatever they look like this season. Yeah.
Okay. I like that he's young. I bet he brings the same kind of energy as Shoddy. That's probably why they hired him.
Right.
But what happened to that other guy that everybody was saying they wanted?
Gannon. I don't know where he's at.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we didn't get Gannon. This is I'm glad no Gannon party, basically. But the year you was talking about when they was just terrible in the secondary, I believe that would have been the 2021 Eagles, right? They was on this run and all of that, and then or 2022. It's one of those seasons where they had a terrible situation. Now Dak Prescott, when he goes up against the Eagles, I think that he's been pretty good and solid versus those boys. Fangio has just been Fangioing. I think that Fangio comes from a good situation, whereas most of his teams been ranked top 5 in defenses, even when he had the short stay with Miami. Fangio's pretty good.
I mean, I like it. I like that his focus is on the passing, because we got a good defensive line now, but our backfield was god-awful. So hopefully with him having a focus in there, that will bring us up to speed, and we'll have a good year. I'm ready for it.
Most certainly. He don't have to recreate the wheel or reinvent the wheel now. All we got to do is still figure out ways to fabricate some pressure up front. I think that with that being said, if anybody cheering should be Siobhan Revel and some of the guys that's in the secondary, and seeing what we can do from there, man. But I appreciate you calling in. What else you got for me?
Who's your Super Bowl pick?
Whew. Before Bo Nix got hurt, I wanted the Denver to be there. I think that the Seattle Seahawks is going to win the Super Bowl. It's going to be the Patriots versus the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, rematch.
Right. Or Patriots versus Rams. There'll still be a rematch, but it's going to be one of those teams. I think it's Seahawks. I can stomach Seahawks winning it, but I can also stomach the damn Patriots or the Rams, because all 3 of those teams, I think they can win it, and I can use that material to shoot back at us, because they did things that the Jerry Jones administration normally don't do. And if we can really have that timeline together, any of those teams winning in the Super Bowl can make it possible for us to win it if Jerry Jones do the right thing.
Facts, bro. All right, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Caller, come on in.
Appreciate you, Sam. This is Sam from the 214. Yeah, any of those teams, even if Denver make it, somehow, if Denver go to the Super Bowl, I'm going to say Sean Payton was one of them ones. I'm gonna find me a Sean Payton, I guess he played football in college somewhere, I'm finding me a college Sean Payton jersey. I'm find it and I'm gonna buy it and be like, hey, Sean Payton was one of the ones. He was the one that got away. If Sean Payton take that damn Denver Broncos team to the Super Bowl and ultimately win it, oh my God, that's gonna be crazy. Let's see who we have next that's on this list. I got from the 336. You in the mix? Talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, Law?
Man, all is well. Can't complain.
Yeah. I'm excited about the news. I just hope we don't overcorrect like too much in the other way, because you know how the Cowboys is, man.
Right.
If we got peanut butter, we don't got no jelly. If we got cereal, we don't got no damn milk. So I'm just hoping that now that we fixing the secondary, now we don't like let up too much on a run defense, because he's more of a defensive backs coach, right? Like more secondary focused than the D line, right?
Well, I think that his focal point, his strength is secondary, right? So we're looking at it like, okay, so we know the secondary should be good, because last season, the reason why a third of us or most of us were saying, okay, we can understand that Matt Eberflus hire, regardless of the situation, because we looked at him as a linebackers guy, right? Well, this past season, the linebacker role was atrocious, right? But most of that came from stubbornness, right? Going out there getting people that's pretty much never really tilt the scale on any levels of success on a consistent basis. Kenneth Murray, to a degree, Sanborn, and even the guy Logan Wilson to a smaller degree. So now we getting the guy that's young, that should be creative to a point, should have an innovative mindset, and should be able to be bendable just a little bit to listen to what kind of caliber of defense Schottenheimer would like to exhibit.
Right. Yeah, even though he's a secondary coach, the run defense is not too much a concern of mine. I think Quentin Williams and Kenny Clark, as long as if you just get a solid linebacker, like somebody better than goddamn fake K9, as long as you get somebody better than him, then I think they'll take care of the run defense no matter who the coach is. Cause, Kenny Clark and Quentin, that's a lot just by themselves. But, yeah, I'm excited for the hire that we going with the young blood, somebody innovative. And shout out to Shotty for hiring these, like, new minds, Clayton Adams, Lincoln Riley. Not Lincoln Riley.
Yeah.
Forget his name. You know what I'm talking about, the dude coach Deuce Vaughn.
Connor Riley.
Connor Riley. Y'all say Lincoln Riley.
You good.
And now, he going with the youth, so hopefully we can keep up with these new offenses, these new minds, these new tricksters like Ben Johnson. And yeah, man, that's all I had to say, man. I ain't going to take too much of your time, man. Go Cowboys.
All day, man. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for calling in. That's from the 336. All right, so, hey, as we talk about this, I appreciate y'all telling me, like, these are the things that that's going on. And shout out to all of you guys. Hold on, give me 1 second here. All right, Cowboys, I haven't heard this interview, so let me see what they're talking about, and let's get things moving and grooving from here.
Corners is Christian Parker. Obviously, what has he meant to you in your young career?
Man, I could say a lot of things about him. What he's meant to me, and Q too.
Speak up, boy.
We've had a routine of me and Q go meet with him two or three times a week, just to go over the team we're playing, talk about different looks. And I don't think I'd be the player I am, or I'd have the success that I've had without him. He's poured a lot into me, and Q too. Ever since we got here, and I appreciate him for that. And, not everybody notices him, and he doesn't get the
boy. Like he's scared to talk, man. Jeez, that's how he sound.
He should, but him and Coach Casper, what those guys mean to us, in the DB room, and how they coach, the intensity they bring, the passion they have for the game. It means a lot to us. And
yeah, man, we lost. I think that Christian Parker was very successful, and I'm scared to talk loud, but I think that God dog, man, spit your words out, man. God, but shout out to him, man. Hey, well, he no longer on your side. I'm trying to find not Christian Parker, but Cooper DeJean's tweet here. I don't have his handle. What's his name on there? Y'all put it in the chat. Don't find it. Here he is right here. All right, so this is him, Cooper DeJean. Man, they got a great one. Wouldn't be the player I am without Coach CP. Well, that's what he said. Okay, appreciate it. Now I can retweet this one. Okay, all right. Shout out to him. But, man, speak up next time, bro. You know, it ain't the end of the world. We was always the better team anyway. We just didn't have the better coaches over here. Yes, indeed. Let me get the next caller on the line, man. I got from the 716. You in the mix, too. Talk to me.
Law, what's good with you, man?
Hey, man, all is well. Can't complain, man. Hey, changing of the weather in Texas and as well as of the coaching, man. Talk to me, man.
Man, Law, first thing is first, man. I got to apologize for that, man, because I didn't think the Joneses would ever hire a black man to play in a position like that. You know what I mean?
Indeed. They took away half of the ammunition, man. They probably read all of this stuff we've been saying and said, you know what? I tell you what, I got something for these boys.
Look at my African American over here.
Well, keep going, bro.
But no, I like everything you were spitting, man. You're saying that now we try to get the other kid, man, the Jones kid, and lock him in on, on the coaching staff, man. It'd be like an all-star joint, you know?
Heck yeah, it'd be a different.
On that, man.
It'd be a different vibes, man, for real, man. If you add all of that coaching series, if I'm Durante Jones, hey, I'm reaching out to Parker right now, saying, hey, man, congratulations on the job. Let's just join forces. If I'm Orr, I'm doing the same thing. The Zach Orr kid, the linebacker guy, who was the defensive coordinator for the Ravens last season, I'm reaching out to Park and say, hey, man, congratulations, bro. Let's do something special in Dallas. Let's do something that's unheard of. Let's just go ahead and make this team elite on defense. They already got pieces on offense. Yeah.
I like the thought of the Joneses, what they doing now, man. They're trying something different, man, because what they've been doing was like insane. It's like it was the same result over and over. I'm glad they didn't hire Gannon, man, or even put him in the finals, you know?
Yeah, and then put that stress over us, man. You know what I'm saying?
It would have been the same philosophy that we just got rid of. I'm glad they didn't take him as a serious contender for that job, you know? Go with the young boy, man, and let's go from there, you know?
Yeah, go with that, man, and seeing how everything can shake and rock from there. You know what I mean?
So I think we need cornerbacks, man. I think we can survive with a pass rushers like off of the free agent market, you know what I'm saying? But we need some cornerbacks that can cover, man.
Most certainly. Also, here's the other thing. You heard Cooper DeJean was saying basically he wouldn't be the player that he is now if it wasn't for CP, Christian Parker, right? And he said that, and he lamented that. What I can think of now is that Carson, the Kalen Carsons that we have here, the Josh Butlers, the Shavon Revel, how much can he help these guys out and whoever we draft? Because I'm quite sure Mansour Delane and some of the other guys, to a point, Jamal McCoy, Avion Terrell, any of those DBs that we can take a look at, they're going to benefit too. And I can't wait to see that part.
Hey, Lord, Cooper Jr. he plays safety, right? Or is he a corner?
He has stiff hips, so he didn't play on the outside as much, so they put him down inside. So he played the deeper thirds. He was more of like your nickel in that defense. And I think eventually he's going to finish off his career as a safety, but he's just a weapon for him, though. If I can put it in that aspect of it.
So do you think the kid from Ohio State can be that same type of player that how they use him in Philly?
Caleb Downs.
JDiz $5.
Hold tight, got a super chat.
Probably in the minority, but don't like hiring from the ops. I may be wrong, so be it. But don't feel this hire yet, y'all. Man shrugging, dark skin tone.
Yeah, JDiz, I'm definitely gonna go over that. But what you say again?
Do you think the kid from Ohio, Caleb Downs, can be the same type of player like Cooper G in the role that he played?
Now, overall, from a skill set aspect, the Caleb Downs is a higher prospect than Cooper DeJean. So anything that you're seeing with Cooper DeJean do, anything you're seeing Cooper DeJean do, I think Caleb can do it better, right? So I'm just looking at it from that aspect. If he falls to that particular range of 12, but what I'm saying, and I like my guy Too Cool. I'm not finna trade up for nobody, not in this draft, because that Dillon kid from, I want to say Oregon, he can do some similar things. And I'm not saying the same, but he can be just as rangy and all of that, and you can get him in a second. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you be? How would you feel if the Cowboys would end up with Caleb Downs and the Delane kid to go, for Parker's first draft?
Oh, Caleb Downs and Marcel Delane. Oh my God, that'll be a good recipe, man. That you can have those two guys for at least 5 or 6 years on one side of the field, shutting that stuff down. So yeah, I wouldn't be mad at all with that if that's the case in the scenario. But here's my thoughts on Mansour Delane. There are some smaller reservations on his long speed. So I had to see a little bit. I know teams shied away from throwing the ball his way. 5 games with only 4 targets. But we talking about the NFL now. So it's going to be a different situation. I think on the next level, Mansour Delane, and I could be reaching to a point because I haven't seen enough body of evidence that he could be kicked down inside as your nickel guy.
Okay. Well, that's all I got, man. Just the apology, man. I couldn't believe the Joneses hired a black man to be their defensive coordinator, man. So,
yes,
but yeah, go Cowboys, man.
Yes, indeed, man. Go Cowboys, and most people are, man, if they ain't afraid to admit it. So yes, you're right with that. It's Cowboys Mike, man, from New York, from the 716.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It is you!
I cannot believe it. Let me answer the super chat. The super chat lamented the fact that, let me see if I can go to the supers. The super chat lamented the fact that, I got to read all of these. What about the run defense? Hey, Diddler Biz, we going to fix that up. Run defense was the least of our worries, right? Last season, teams were sitting back saying, why run the ball when we can throw it for 30? You know what I'm saying? On any given situation, 15 to 20 yards. So your back end should help your front end, but I think your front end should be a whole lot better when you disguise things and not giving everybody answers to the test on where your guy's going to be aligned at. So I think overall, collectively, Quentin Williams always been a good against the run. And some of the other guys that like Donovan Ezaraku, as small as his frame is, he always been good against the run, et cetera. I got Sanjay for the $4.99. The solution to our O-line is in-house. Move Smith to left tackle, cut Steele, use the money to sign Bass and play left guard, kick Guyton to the right side. I can live in that world, Sanjay. I can live in that world. Yeah, it's just the fact that Tyler Smith maybe wanted his contract to be redone because out of good faith, they paid him for guard play. Tackle money is a whole lot more, and he's not getting tackle money now. So he's sitting there like, oh, y'all cheap bastards, y'all pay me as a guard, but now you want to move me at tackle for full-time? I want more money. And I'm not saying that he's about the money, but football stands for not for long. That's my only kickback on that. Unless the Cowboys are willing to rework his contract, maybe he can consider. All right. Marcus Robbins says product of Vic will be great compliment to Shotty. Yeah. I mean, Vic Fangio going to get most of that creativity and I guess love affair because he played up under or coached up under Vic Fangio. I'm probably in the minority, but don't like hiring from the ops. I may be wrong, so be it. But this don't feel, but didn't feel this hire yet all the way. I feel you, Jay Diz. You don't feel the hire all the way. My thoughts on the hire altogether is that Jay Diz, when you really think about it, he only been for the Philadelphia Eagles for 2 seasons now, right? I'm not thinking that he's more of a Philly guy. It would have been a different story if he had 10, maybe 5 seasons with the Philly. But shoot, he was probably still wearing diapers at that time. He's only 34 years old, man. So all I can say is with CP, Christian Parker, I think that he's probably more of a Fangio guy versus a Philly guy, if y'all get what I'm trying to go with that, right? I feel y'all. I'm just glad that we don't have a Gannon, you know. Now that guy I know for sure, you know, is more of a Philly guy. But neither here nor there. I got from the 469, what's on your mind? Talk to me.
Hey, what's up, Law Nation?
Not much,
hey,
man.
I never thought the day would come where a true brother will be on this coaching staff. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, we've been seeing a little bit too much green eyes and blue eyes around that field, you know?
Yeah, I just want to say I love you. Yes, indeed. You're right.
Hey, but one thing is, I will say with this young defensive mind, hopefully one thing is our back end has need to be improved badly.
Facts.
So, and his specialty being that is something that we can build on, right?
Right.
Honestly, I'm not gonna say that D-line is a majority problem because I mean, hell, we got Quentin Williams, Kenny Clark for the time being, Oza Digazoo. I mean, I don't think those guys need coaching. I think they just need to go out there and execute, and that D-line speaks for itself, right?
Right.
But coaching a deep defensive back room, that's a entirely different story because you got to know the technique, you got to know the breaking routes, you got to know the route concepts, and that's no feat, right? And especially how Shotty puts it, you got to make that complicated, put it into simple terms, and not any coach can do that. So I think with this, if this coach, what's his name, Christian, can do that, man, I think the world about this Cowboys next year and coming years, and we keep on building. And I think with this defensive hire, it's kind of hinting where we're going with that 12 and 20 pick. Just FYI. That's all I got.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Yes, indeed, man. That's a good one from Lokes, man. Yeah, the only offensive player that I will pretty much that Tate is really nice. That's the only offensive. Jeremiah Love, Tate. Who else? Let me see. The only one that I would hire from the offensive side, like draft, Carnell Tate. That damn Jordan Tyson. If they fall to the 12th, then you having some strong conversations with yourself, right? But the only other like, if he fall to the 12th spot, Jeremiah Love, maybe, you know, that's my guy. I would love for that. And that's only if the board falls and all of those things are in your favor. But here's how it goes, though, ladies and gentlemen. If those boards fall, which is very crazy if they do, and I'm not saying that they will, but we have to have an open dialogue or conversation, then you are in the best spot possible because now you can hold that spot for ransom, right? Cowboys, just don't get cute. There's only about true first rounders, about 15 of them, right? That's about 15 of them. So the spot, if we would have lost one more game, then we'd really be in a good spot. We'd have been like, we're at number 9 or 10 at. But where we at with the 12th spot, we still in a good spot because even though we got Christian Parker as a DC now, and it could lean heavy on defense of where we drafting that, depending on what we do at free agency. But I'm not moving up. I'm holding that spot for ransom. We got 2 picks in the first round anyway, right? You can literally just don't get too cute. Just don't get too cute. That's all I'm saying. All right. Parker going to want downs. Hey, but Don't move up to get him, though. You know, I'm just saying, I just have some nightmares of us passing up on Luke Kuechly's of the worlds and us passing up on Stephon Gilmore to go pick a damn Mo Claiborne. You know, I just don't want that for our future. And I'm not saying that Caleb Downs will be that kind of caliber of player. He's a whole lot better as a prospect than even Claiborne. But I heard some weird stories that Claiborne was considered almost better than Deion as a prospect. There was some bullshit reporting too, by the way. But I just don't want us to move all the way around when you literally can hold that spot for ransom and don't have to do all of that. Remember, I can see people already from last year. Y'all was all saying that Abdul Carter, he's going to be better than Parsons. Abdul Carter, y'all was saying that Abdul Carter. I'm looking around and saying, what happened to that Abdul Carter? You know, sure. So I'm just saying the draft is always a crazy one. It's always crazy. Yeah. I heard that Abdul Carter was a can't miss particular draft, and I know it takes 3 seasons. All right, so let me get the my guy from the VIP hotline. 860, man. Talk to me, man.
Lord, it's VIP. Lord, did you miss me, Lord?
Hey, man, where you been, bro? You know what I'm saying?
Lord, sometimes we got to do some self-preservation, Lord.
Oh, okay. You had to save yourself.
Tapped out. And honestly, Lord, I really didn't think this day was coming, Lord. I almost had to choke. I was smoking on opium, thinking that, maybe we could move and shake in free agency. Mm-hmm. But when I see he hired a brother, Lord, I'm impressed. Even though I was hoping that, we can get a brother to coach the team, but Lord, I'm impressed.
Break it down. What you impressed about, man?
What I'm impressed is I don't think Jerry would have pulled this trigger 5 years, 2 years, even last year.
Yeah.
Because I think we had a willing, I think Harris, I think the DB, I think he was like, if we could have pushed him into the defensive coordinator, even though I heard rumors saying that he never wanted to be a DC. Is that true, Lord?
Are you talking about Harris and them, Al Harris?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Some people, I think Al Harris is liking what he's doing to be able to train and be a technician, right? So I think that's what is going on right there. Mm-hmm.
I'm just mad because I know like a lot of the DBs, just the way they responded to him was different. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're playing to impress him, but it just looked like their energy was different. Yeah. It's just I don't see how we go from where we were to the complete rock bottom.
Right.
And we're saying that has nothing to do with coaching. You can't tell me that.
Facts.
You know what I mean? The math don't math. I'm looking at the players that were all-star levels of previous year, and they're in garbage. They're in defense. So, Lord, that's all Lord, I'm just impressed that at least he's making moves. If you really want to impress me, Jerry and Steven, I need y'all to move and shake in free agency. So we don't have to go to the draft thirsty.
Right.
We should go to the draft with our stomach already full.
Come on with it, man. Yeah. Get something on the stomach, man. Let's not shop with an empty stomach. That was my battle cry for the last 3 or 4 years, is go into this draft at least with something on it, right? And you know how you go when you go into the draft and you're on an empty belly. Everything look good. You know what I'm saying? Everything
look good. You grabbing everything, except you ain't even eat before. That smell good. Your sense is going on. But that's why I kind of am optimistic, because just the way he's moving now, just the way the franchise is. I think Jerry must have had a doctor's report, and they told him, look, Jerry, I know you've been taking this whatever, man, but you ain't got that much time left on this clock. I'm going to need you to start operating as such.
No doubt, man. But I appreciate you for calling in, my God. Thank you, man. Let people hear it. Let people hear it, bro.
Law, you already know. Law, I started my own new foundation, Law. I'm going to put it out later, but it's called Why Dads Matter. That's right. Why Dads Matter. I just started my own nonprofit. You're going to see it on Netflix with my people on the Breakfast Club, Law. All I'm going to say is, damn, Cowboys. I ain't a killer, but don't push me. Come on, Jerry. I need you to move and shake, Jerry.
Move and shake, man. That's my guy VIP, man.
The conference has been locked.
Get down to the last two. I got Carter, I believe 951, and I got Adam from the 901. For the 951, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me, man.
Hey, Law, it's good to talk to you. It's been a while.
It's been a minute. Yeah, been a minute.
Yeah, I was gonna say very long time. First and foremost, good morning or good afternoon where you guys are at. Wanted to say, man, this DC hiring I'm so happy with. I had to come and join and get on this call. I said, this is how you know Jerry's finally relinquishing some of the control. Not all of it. We know
not all of it.
Jerry has a hard time doing that. But I like Shotty. This shows me I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit impressed because Shotty's taking this serious. He said, y'all not finna do me like y'all did McCarthy, Jason Garrett. He said, no. Nope. I'll actually get my resume together. And I like this. I feel like this is a good step in the right direction. I didn't think the Eberflus hire, to begin with was terrible. I just didn't.
Hold tight for a few seconds. I got a super chat, man.
Oh, no, you're fine.
At freshman underscore cuted $11.5. Now I am signing Hendrickson and S. Brisker in free agency and drafting CB and LB in the first.
Yes, indeed. I do like his thoughts on that. As far as the offseason signings, fam, he's talking about on the super chat that he would sign Trey Hendrickson, bring him in for a cup of coffee, and especially at a discount rate when you're damn defensive coordinator and you are the same age, right? And then he says also sign Brisker. Brisker, I think that kid. I know him and CeeDee Lamb. It's not on the same page. They had fighting words this past offseason. But, man, bump all of that. Give me Brisker, and we can boogie out from there. Yes. So I do agree with freshman, on that super chat, 1,000%. Bring in some dogs like that can hover around, play close to the LOS, and be an impact. Come on with it. But what you got for me, bro?
No, I was going to say, I just think this DC hire is going in the right direction, especially because it's helping the most needed part of our defense, which is our DB group. But, a lot of law. It was horrible watching the season. But for once, I was like, you know what? At least you can't say nothing about our offense. I said, hey.
It was still Dak fault. It was still Dak fault, man. Everything is Dak Prescott fault, by the way. You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking of the Eagle fans, the videos he was having. They was in there. It's Dak just can't play.
Man, this off season, everything is Dak Prescott fault, man. I'm going to the grave with it. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for calling in, Chief. Yeah.
All right.
Yes, indeed. I got everything from this day forward is always Dak Prescott fault. When we win, I'm gonna say it's Dak Prescott fault. I'm telling you. Yeah. Just like that old Bible verse that said, "This too shall pass." Everything is Dak Prescott fault. It's the same thing. Shoot. I got almost legendary. Says time to go all the F in with them draft picks. Yeah. I mean. You still keep you work it the best way possible to fit the things that you're trying to do defensively, right? And now we got a framework that we can work around with. I got from the 901, Adam, you're live on the Nation. Talk to me.
Well, what's going on, man? It's been a long time.
Man, hey, this news get people calling in from, hey, man, long time, man, in 94 I called. But I appreciate you, Adam. Thank you for calling in, bro. It's been a minute, yeah.
Since you heard from the 901, man. Man, I'm going to be honest, man. I think hiring Shotty was probably one of the underrated hires, but probably one of the best hires. I know the record don't prove it, but Shotty's changing things. Culture-wise, he's changing things from a sense of, Jerry, it's time for you to sit back and let me handle it. I got it. He's not going to be a yes man like Garrett, like McCarthy was, but he's coming and changing things. Do you think McCarthy probably would have benched CD in Georgia if they was out partying like they was in Vegas?
No.
They would still been out there playing. He wouldn't have let how Jerry loved his draft picks. He gonna hold them to the last day that he can't breathe. But no, Shotty's coming in, changing his culture, and I think just with this hire, it shows that he's coming in. They're not hiring and interviewing the same 3 old 50, 60, 70-year-old defensive coordinators, but no, he's interviewing young guys. He's getting people that, we don't even think about. But he's coming in, he's changing the culture. Now, Dallas has to do this offseason, and Jerry and Steven, these guys, they have to do what they need to do, which is re-sign these guys, free up some of that cap space. Because if you do everything right, you're going to have a lot of money to go spend in free agency.
You will.
Like one of the other callers said, don't go into the draft hungry. Go on free agency. Go and sign some of these guys. But you got to have that cap space. You got to do what you got to do to be necessary to have that money available. And I think that's what they should do. And hopefully, if they do everything right, we should have a good draft. We should have a good free agency. I know we've been talking about linebacker play a lot. We got to remember, even though Sanborn played like he was in the sand all season, K9 was running after, I don't know what he was running after. He must have thought some dog food on the field against the Vikings or something. But he wasn't playing good. But we got Leofow. Leofow should have never been benched for Sanborn or Murray. We got Shamar James, who's showing improvement. We got Logan Wilson. I don't know how he's going to pan out still, but I believe he's better than K9.
Right,
and then
right.
You still got Overshawn still working his way back in. So you still have a lot of depth at the linebacker position. But going into the draft, I don't think our wait still to see how free agency goes to go into draft off. But we should have a lot of money freed up if we re-sign these guys, restructure some deals. We should go into free agency at least be able to hit some of these pieces that we need on the defensive side of the ball. So then we can attack maybe the offensive line in the draft a little bit. We don't have to reach and go in there trying to be desperate for a lot of things, but we have a sense of, urgency at least to know, like, okay, we got free agency coming up. Let's go attack some of this. Let's go get a linebacker. Let's go get a Devin Lloyd, a Trey Henderson.
Right.
Who we should have enough money to be able to go get. And then we don't have to go into the draft trying to draft every single part, every need at the on the defense, but we can go, like you always say, go BPA.
Yep.
We can do that to the best of our ability.
All right, Cowboys, I haven't heard this interview, so let me see what they're talking about, and let's get things moving and grooving.
Definitely want to give a shout out to Shotty, though, and his team, man.
No doubt, man. Good observation, analysis, man, and definitely, man, things gonna shape out the best way possible with us. As long as Jerry Jones don't put his hands too much into it. I know he's gonna have some input, but it's good to see. I can't dog the man for at least trying on this day. So I'm gonna hold back some of the things I was gonna punch at him, and you're just gonna see how this thing gonna work out from here, man. But I appreciate you for calling in, Chief.
Oh, definitely, man. Go ahead, Law, man. This is gonna be the last time you hear from the 901, man. Be looking out for me.
No doubt. That's Adam, man. Appreciate him, man. He was the last caller in the queue, man. We're going to wrap up this show.
Goodbye.
But before we go into more further details of everything, I just want to tell y'all, man, thank y'all so much for jumping in and being part of these type of conversations. This would not be possible without y'all. Let me say this again. This would not be possible without y'all, man. So be sure to hit that like button, share these contents, and share this content. And find me on all platforms. I'm going to get some things moving and grooving. But before we go and leave and depart today, let me know how y'all feel about the hire. Let me know how y'all feel about the whole circumstances of us having a different point of view now. And let me just hear from the counterparts, man, of what they're saying before we depart and everything.
Of breaking news. Ian Rappaport, Tom Pelissero in the commercial break. Rappaported that the Cowboys are currently working on hiring Christian Parker as their new defensive coordinator. The Eagles secondary coach and passing game coordinator was interviewed by the Cowboys. This is somebody that I think we all like a whole lot, and he's somebody who feels like he has been moving up in the coaching world for some time, had a lot of talented players and all pros already in the secondary. That is the report that the Cowboys have targeted, zeroed in on on him, and they are working on the deal right now.
It's not done.
It is not done, but the hope is that
it better not be one of them Randy Gregory things. Hey, in this clause of the contract, don't Randy Gregory us though.
Will be, and that Christian Parker would be the next defensive coordinator for your Dallas Cowboys.
I think it's fascinating how quickly this dude became the favorite amongst the at least our station.
Sure.
Immediately hearing about him. Listening to Broadus and his gang of 7 and the communication, the teacher that this guy is, this is a positive thing. I don't know. I'm interested to know how many people are like, oh my gosh, this is going to help us against the Eagles, like that kind of stuff.
We didn't have no issue against the Eagles.
Tree that he comes out of really
when we
good.
had 4.
I'm very excited about this. Christian Parker, if they can get this deal done.
Don't you get the sense that they would not have tweeted this out if they were not uber confident?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, this is the thing too, though. Like when it comes to we've given Shoddy a lot of credit on this and the speed at which they are working. Now maybe Steven is like, hey, I'm here too. But it feels like Schottenheimer's like, and when you go back to the first coaching search with his staff that he had last year. Eberflus wasn't the one that he was like, let me go grind this interview out.
Kind of breaking news.
Man, we got to hurry up and get that green up off of him. All right, so that's what their thoughts on the Parker situation. Be sure tonight we will be doing the Cowboys collectively speaking, about Parker. So we got to go rearrange some things. I'm seeing in the group chat now that we're going to rearrange some things on what the topic matters will be. And let's get things moving and grooving, Cowboys Nation. I'm so glad that this information hit. Now, a disclaimer. The news hit while it was no news out here when I first started this live stream. So for those who watching it from the beginning, boy, just disregard what I said. I'm not finna go in and edit all of that stuff up out of there. That's why we here live. The spontaneity, the originality, the creme de la creme, that the stuff that we give you guys is all off the hip. I try not to have any scripted conversations. It's all off the dome, if you guys get me what I'm saying. And hopefully one day, it's back working, boy. Oh, this news and got my thing back working over here. Boy, it's better to see it this way. All right. They say that prize fighter continue to swing even when he's down. What we're going to do is continue to swing. We haven't accomplished a damn thing so far. No, I'm still angry. I'm still upset. Right now, the way I see it, we still should be playing. So the Cowboys, let's not be satisfied with the small things of a hire. Give this man his flowers for today. But tomorrow, I need to see the rolling up of the sleeves and putting this and assembling the staff together. We need a passing game coordinator. We need an advisory board on who's going to be the defensive back coach. Also, we still need a linebackers coach. And if the D-line for your mind is going to be Aaron Whitecotton, he going to have to get better too. I'm not satisfied, and none of y'all should be satisfied at this moment. This right here is when you put in the sweat equity. So blood, sweat, and tears need to be here all into the mix. So, at this point, at least we can start assembling the framework. The framework should be also getting these contracts put together. Yes, some people thought that they was going to get a soft and comfy conversation on my way out. No! We need to do better. We need to press the envelope and create some ideals so that this defense will never be in the 32nd rank, never the 31st rank, never the 30th rank, never the 25th rank, never the 15th rank. It get back to the glory days of the Cowboys. The Cowboys never won a Super Bowl outside of having a top 10 defense. One can argue a top 5 defense. if you had Roger Staubach with Doomsday, and if you had Troy Aikman, they didn't give that defense a name or any accolades. But every of those Super Bowls that we won in the 90s, boy, we was underrated, underdog. But that defense, oh my goodness. Shout out to James Washington on that defense too, by the way, to help us win that first win in the 90s. Y'all know what I'm saying. But we need to be able to get back to those goodness and grace. Somewhere along the way, we lost the identity of the Cowboys on the defensive side. Now is the time to reclaim our time, reclaim the vision, reclaim what we need to get things going in the best way possible. And it's no more of us living in the past, talking about what happened in the 90s. Hell, we got a kid that's coaching the defense that was born in the 90s. He was 4 years old when the last time we won the Super Bowl, if my math served me correctly. So now, this day, what we gonna tell these individuals about what we need to get done?
Spartans, prepare for glory.
And I want this guy to be able to galvanize the troops.
Spartan, what is your profession?
I say the same thing on every of my closing, something similar. Shout out to Les Brown's where I learned it from. And if you fall, they say try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up. I'm finna tell you this. If you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night, to give up your time, your peace, and your sleep, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad, that you don't get tired and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap, if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it, if you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan for it, to lose all terror of your mind, if you would simply, just simply go after the things you want with all of your capacity, strength, sagacity, with faith, hope, and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or the poverty or the famish of fame or the sickness of body or brain can turn you away from the things you want, if dogged and grim and besiege and beset Christian Parker, with the help of Almighty, you will get it. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Gotta run it up, boy. Gotta run it up. Yes, indeed. Let's get it. And roll those credits, baby. Come on.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, now check. No drip, this. Tell them run it over.
Come on.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But
Jerry!
Tell them run it over. 9 out of 10, roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely.
Yeah.
Turn to a savage.
Don't turn to a devil, Jerry.
I love my fans, don't need no friends, I got my homies.
Yeah.
I could trust you, I find out you tried to zone me.
Where we at?
I'm number one up on that court, I'm Nick McGregor.
Yeah.
The first one in, the last one out, can't call me lazy.
Put CP in the chat if you like to hire.
I need 6 rings like MJ.
Come on, baby, let me see CPs in the chat.
I wake up, flex, thumb down, that
yeah.
No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no.
If you don't like to hire,
but first I stretch.
I guess put 0 in the chat. Yeah.
Thumb down, that check. No drip, this. Tell them run it up. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first I stretch. Tell them run it. Y'all gon' make me take that trip where.
Come on, man. We going to Dallas this week, man. Forget it, man. I ain't going to the sofa.
Those London boys don't come to play. You should get worried.
Yeah.
One false move, find yourself they getting buried.
Yeah.
Dance with the devil. Used to love playing those games. Made some bad decisions that brought my mama pain. I made a promise to her, swore that I would change.
Yeah.
I'm on the come up, bet I live up to my name. I wake up, flex, thumb down. not check, no drip this. Tell them run it on. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it on.
Until next time, DC for life, not for short, baby.
Tell them run it on.
Yeah.
No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck, but first I stretch. Tell them run it on.
Yes, indeed. All right, let's get it. Salute. One love. Peace.